Hey my friends, let's make some bows. I've had so many people tell me that they don't think they can make a bow. Oh. And let me tell you that if I can make a bow, you can make a bow, okay? Making bows is not hard. So we're gonna start out with just one ribbon, okay? And I have the phone down kind of low so you can like see it when I'm tying, but this is just going to be a one ribbon bow. So this is fairly simple. Now, when I make bows, y'all can look, okay? Y'all see, I am not the most organized shop person, okay? So my stuff is everywhere, but it's easier for me to tie when I just drop my ribbon right on the floor. Yep, I just dropped it right down there. And so the first thing I'm going to do is figure out about how long I want my tail to be. Now, I like big bows, okay? Y'all know I'm extra, and I'm not going to take the time to make a bow and it be some little tiny looking little thing. So my tails are going to be long, okay? Now, measuring, let's see, I've got a little thing here, this little bow maker deal. I don't know, I don't have, I mean, look, it's in my hand and it comes up to my arm. How about that? Okay, so my tails are about the length of my arm. All right, so I'm going to leave about that much length. This is going to be one of my tails, okay? And then I'm going to pinch this part right here with this hand. And the first thing I'm going to do, look, I'm just going to take my hand right here and I'm going to bring this under and I'm going to make a loop, okay? See, I have a loop. Again, I don't exactly know how many inches this loop is. I just know that I want a fairly large bow. And you see, when I bring this ribbon around, it's turned the wrong way. So I've got to turn it now, okay? I've got to turn it. This guy's just hanging out, and I literally kind of have it over here with my fingers, just getting him out of the way. Now I'm going to do the opposite side. I'm going to make a loop on that side, okay? So it's like a bow tie, guys. Look, bow tie, you're kind of cinching it in the middle and you're getting your tail out of the way. Well, then your ribbon is the wrong side, you see? So now we're back this way and I'm literally going to just turn it. Now it's the right way and I'm going to make a second loop, okay? See that? So now I've got two loops on this side and I've got one over here. I'm still, my tail's just kind of out of the way. All right. Now I got to turn that ribbon the right way and I've got to make my loop for this side. Remember, whatever you do over here, okay, on this side, you got to come back and do on this side. So now we have 4. You see that? Let's see if I can turn. There's 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Now I try to do 6 loops for my bows, okay? Because again, I like big bows. So here's that ribbon. It's turned the wrong way. If you can't see that, you see that's the right side. And so it's turned this wrong way. So I'm flipping that ribbon around because I got to come back over here now, you see? So I'm bringing that loop around. There it is. Now I've got to kind of make sure, and this ribbon is, y'all hear me talk about ribbon. Now, ribbon is, I'm picky about ribbon. My ribbon needs to be stiff because there's a whole lot going on here, and I don't want some cheap little ribbon that it is hard to tie. So this ribbon that I'm working with is fairly stiff ribbon. So I've got to make that loop, okay? And all I'm doing while I'm piddling here, I am literally just making sure that everything is turned and facing the right way. Okay? All right, so now I've got 3. on each side. So I've got 3 more to go. Now some people are very peculiar and want their loops to all be the same size. To me, you know, that's not that important. When I'm tying them, the ones that I'm tying at that moment, I want to be the right size, okay? But, you know, some of these loops could be a little bit bigger, some could be a little bit smaller. I think that adds to the bow. That's just my opinion. So I twisted that back around because I'm going on this side now, okay? So there we go. That's loop number 4. And remember, what I do over here, I've got to come back over here and do. So I've got to twist, and you see, sometimes it twists for you, and it's just a little bit twisted, and I'm just going to try to twist that all the way, okay? And I'm just squinching it up in there, right? So there's loop number 4. Now I'm twisting my ribbon back around, coming up on number 5. There's my 5th loop. Okay, got to do the same thing on this side. There's number 5. See? Last loop. Here's number 6. Tie that around. And now I'm going to tie this guy around, swing him, and there's loop. Now let's count. Let's just make sure. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're done with our loops. We still have a tail, and we still have this whole part of my ribbon connected to the spool down here. See, let me pick this up. Still connected. Haven't cut anything yet. Okay, so if I've ever made a bow for you, or if you've heard me talk about bows, you know that zip ties are my friend. My fingers are not good anymore. I'm getting older, and wire is too hard for me to deal with, so I use a zip tie. So you're going to take this end, okay, that end, and you're literally going to put it in your hand, and you're going to slip it underneath all of that ribbon, and it's going to come out on this side. So I just took that zip tie, I put it under my ribbon, and it is coming out on the other side. Now my ribbon that's on my bolt is over here, and my tail is over here. Okay, so I wish I could, let me see if I can kind of show you what it looks like. You see, it's under all of that ribbon that I was holding in my hands. And now I'm going to close it up. Okay, just pull, pull, pull as tight as you can. And I am going to go ahead and cut the end off. And then I'm going to find, first of all, I'm going to do my end. So I'm going to find my other ribbon end and just kind of, boom, I'm going to cut that and go ahead and do that. Now we're going to dovetail the ends because, ew, you don't want your ribbon looking like that. So you literally fold it in half. You see, I took my ribbon, there it is. I folded it in half, the inside of the ribbon and the outside edges. And I'm taking my scissors and I'm just cutting up. And look, a pretty little dovetail. It makes it look finished. Same thing, folding it in half. Here's the outside edges right here. You're gonna cut from the inside and just cut up, okay? That one got a little bit off, but that's all right, look. Pretty little edges. Now, so now your ribbon is done and you're left with this. And no, we're not done here, okay? So we start pulling. And I could literally pull on a ribbon for a long time. Because to me, I never get it exactly like I want it. So I just start pulling these loops. Pulling them, okay? Sometimes you're going to have stuff like this where they're still kind of turned under. That's okay. you're going to fix that. You're going to pull them, and you're not going to hurt this bow now, okay? This bow is tight. It is zip tied together. So unless you are really yanking hard, you are not going to open or pull out your loops. So don't worry about that. So I'll take it and I'll do this. I'll pull each loop like opposite direction, okay? See? Because you want to pull this bow out and make it as full and fluffy as you can get it. So I'm literally pulling, guys, pulling on the ribbon. That's why you need a nice stiff ribbon, because otherwise it is not going to turn out like, you're not going to be able to do too much with it. It's going to do its own thing, okay? And I'll kind of show you what I mean here in just a minute. Okay, so now I'm going back and I'm finding my zip tie again, okay? And I'm going to pull my tails down, because you know how you want your ribbon. You want your tails to be kind of in the front. And so now I'm going to start pulling the whole shape of my ribbon. So I want some up. I'm going to want some over this way. Okay, you see what I'm doing? Those loops are going to kind of go in all the different directions, so to speak. And then you're going to put some up in the middle. Okay, and you see it's starting to take shape now. I'm just opening the loops. I'm kind of turning them the way I want them to go. See that? And depending on what your you know, what you're using your bow for, you might not want it to be this full. It just depends on what you're doing with it. Got a lot of them now. You got 12 loops here. That's going to make this nice, big, pretty, full bow. You see, I'm still messing. Can't get impatient with this. Okay? You got to be patient and take your time, because that's what makes it pretty, is when you take your time and you get it all fluffed just right. Okay, and we've got ourselves a pretty little bow here. Nice size bow. You could do a lot with this. This could fit on a you could put this on a porch light. You could put this, of course, on a wreath. This is probably even big enough to go in a mailbox. You could put it so that it sat like this, and your ribbon could fall over this way. Gosh, you could do a lot of stuff with this. On the post of your porch. Just a lot of different things, and it adds just a little pop of color. And once you can learn how to tie them, you know, you can save yourself some money decorating for Christmas. Let me see if I can find a wreath here and show you what it would look like here on a wreath. One that don't already have something on it. Let's see, here we go. So this is just a green wreath that I've got. Hasn't been fluffed or anything. I haven't done anything with this guy. You see there's still a price tag on it. But look at that. You see? You put this guy on this side, put him over here, on this side, put him on the top, put him on the bottom. I mean, really, you don't have to do anything else. You can just take your wreath, fluff it up, and add a pretty bow, and you'll make a statement. But your ribbon needs to be good ribbon. Needs to be something that's going to show up. My mom used to tell me, make sure you get ribbon that's going to show up from the road, okay? But, yeah. Now, sit tight, and I'm going to show you the kind of ribbon, oops, that I do not recommend, okay? Let's see if I've even got any here. There we go. Guys, okay. You see how thin this is? Now, you know, people say, well, look for wired ribbon. Well, this ribbon is wired. There's a wire on each side. But when you go and try to tie a bow with this, I mean, it just don't do. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't care for this kind of ribbon. You know, you could use it, with maybe some other ribbon, I guess, as like a little accent, but this does not need to be your main ribbon, because that's not good. Not when you're talking about this, okay? Look how stiff this bow is. Look at that. You know, that's gonna stay pretty for you the whole season. And if you look, let me show you something. Let me see if I can get that back. Look up there on my wall back here. I've got wreaths that I've had up like a few years. I just hang them up, and those bows look great. I mean, they've been around 2 or 3 years now, and they still look really, really good. So get you some good ribbon, spend some money on it, and learn how to tie some bows, and you can do a whole lot yourself for Christmas. So I hope that helped. I've had a lot of people ask me about it. So, you know, let me know if I can help you. If you have any questions, let me know if you want me to tie some for you. This one's here. Anybody want this bow? Good night, friends.